Today I want to talk a little bit about the most important thing about fitness or any kind of fitness venture which you go on. No, it's not a calorie deficit. No, it's not progressive overload. No, it's not activity, even though these things are very, very important. In fact, some of the most important. But the very, very, very most important thing that you need to focus on when it comes to your fitness venture, whether that's weight loss, whether it's just getting fitter, whether it's getting stronger, whether it's trying to achieve a certain performance goal, is enjoyment, believe it or not. And I'm talking a little bit more about this because it actually stems from a video that actually came up on my Instagram feed the other day of this geezer who's a little bit overweight, and he basically was running and was basically talking to the camera about the fact that he is enjoying running. He's enjoying running so much, and he is noticing slight, obviously, positives and benefits and values that he's getting from it. He feels better, he is losing a little bit of weight, and he just feels a little bit more energized as well. And he was mentioning that there's a lot of people basically talking to him, both in real life and all over Instagram, saying that if you want to lose weight, you shouldn't really be doing cardio, because all cardio is just burning calories. If you want to transform your body and start to notice more changes, then start to lift weights, right? That's what he was basically getting told. But he basically commented against this and said, I don't like lifting weights. I absolutely hate lifting weights, but I absolutely love running. And I'm trying to, run for this marathon. I'm trying to train for a marathon, which I want to run for. Firstly, it doesn't really matter what is optimal and what is unoptimal. Sure, he's going to get more benefits and more positives and more, results on paper if he goes and does weight training. If you go and do weight training, if you go and do strength training, we know the benefits of this. You're going to start putting on muscle, you're going to start putting on strength, and ultimately it's just going to help overall. Your overall BMR increases over the course of the day. But it doesn't matter if you don't enjoy it. If you do not enjoy weight training, then you will not stick to it consistently, and you won't put in as much effort as what you would do if you did something that you enjoy. Think about it like this. When was the last time that you put in 100% effort into a job that you absolutely hated? A while ago, or never at all. Now, when was the last time that you put 100% into something which you actually enjoyed? Probably quite recently, right? Because you really, really enjoy doing it. So it doesn't really matter that running is unoptimal for weight loss, or it doesn't really matter that you shouldn't really be doing cardio if you want to focus on burning fat or building muscle or transforming your body. What matters is how consistent you can be in doing these things. And the one thing that ensures you're going to be consistent with it is how much you enjoy it. The most important thing about any kind of fitness venture is you need to be enjoying it. You need to have some kind of enjoyment with it, and you need to like it somewhere. Because if you're doing something which will ultimately make you miserable, which you ultimately don't enjoy, and which you ultimately hate, you will find it very, very difficult to stay consistent with said thing. And if you find it difficult to stay consistent with it, you're not going to notice much results or not much benefits from it, because obviously results come from consistency. Consistently staying in a calorie deficit, consistency going to the gym and training. And that all can also be said as well in regards to your diet. So if you have a diet which you genuinely do not enjoy, which you genuinely distaste, which you dread every time it's coming up to dinner time or tea time, and you dread to see what you've got to eat, then you will not stay consistent with that either. Which is why you need a diet which you genuinely can enjoy to some extent, or even better, which doesn't really feel like a diet. Because ultimately, majority of the time, if a diet doesn't feel like a diet, you will enjoy it more so, because a diet has a negative connotation attached to it. People think of the word diet and they think of restrictions, they think of sacrifice, they think of foods which they don't really enjoy, foods that make them feel miserable. If you have a diet which doesn't feel like a diet, and a diet which you genuinely enjoy, you will stick to it more often, and therefore you'll garner more results, rather than trying a diet or a workout routine which you do for 2 weeks and then ultimately stop because you don't enjoy it. Would you rather have a diet and a workout routine which gets you a lot of results in 2 weeks, but then after 2 weeks you fall off because you don't like it? Or would you rather have a diet and an exercise routine that gets you smaller, more longer form of results, but you can keep that up indefinitely for weeks, months, or even years, and therefore after about 2 or 3 years you've got a hell of a lot more results than someone that gave up after 2 weeks? Think of it like that. Therefore, even though obviously creating a calorie deficit is crucial, is non-negotiable for losing fat, even though going to the gym and exercising and training and doing weight training is most likely going to be more optimal for obviously a body compositional goal such as fat loss, such as muscle gain, such as toning up, even though obviously doing cardio is going to be the most optimal thing for your health and for your activity and for your cardiovascular fitness. If you do not enjoy any of these things and you do not keep them up, you're not going to get any results. So you need to find a method of approach for these three things, which actually does garner results. And that's why this guy is going on these runs, because he actually enjoys running. And the second thing you really need to focus on as well is focus on doing the exercise that you're doing not for a fat loss based reason. So keep in mind that this guy who is overweight is not running for a fat loss reason. Like deep down he is. Deep down he started it for fat loss. He started it because he wanted to lose weight. He started it because he wanted to get in shape. But he ended up continuing to do this running because he wants to run a marathon. And that goes for a lot of people, the majority of people who succeed with their fitness journey in getting the body that they look incredible with. Like you see these fitness influencers, you see these, these people in the gym who are in decent knit. The majority of these people didn't get that way by focusing on fat loss. They actually got this way by focusing on being better, by being stronger, by focusing on their performance, by focusing on a goal which is not focused on fat loss. And ultimately this is why this guy who goes on these runs is going to get results, because his overarching goal is to run a marathon. And by the time he gets to that point, the physical results that he gets from running will happen as a byproduct of focusing on running this marathon. And ultimately that's what you can do as well in regards to the gym. If you want to transform your body, focus on getting stronger, focus on improving your performance with certain exercises, focus on your consistency, and the physical results will happen as a byproduct of that. I hope that helps and I hope that makes sense. If you have any more questions, please feel free to send them through to my Instagram at k.pete_health. If you want any of my free guides, including my ultimate eating out guide, my 5-ingredient recipe book, and my free alcohol cheat sheet, feel free just to send them through to my email address, kieran@kphealth.co.uk. More than welcome to send them through to you. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, have a lovely rest of your day, have a lovely rest of your week, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care.